Good morning, folks. It's been a while since I've done a morning coffee video. I got my mug with my granddaughter's mugs on my mug, and I was up early, basically because I only slept 4 hours. I slept from 3:30 to 7, I think, so 3.5 hours. Just couldn't sleep last night. Couldn't unwind. Don't know why, but needless to say, I'm exhausted. The fibro's kicking in, and I managed to do a few things. I had some breakfast, and I put a load of laundry in, and I hung half of it on the clothesline outside, um, figuring it's not smoky here. Hasn't been smoky for a while, so I might as well hang them out while I have the chance. And just wanted to know what everyone's been up to. So if you're a subscriber or a new viewer, let me know in the comments below. Let me know what you got planned for today. I don't really know. I did a little sewing yesterday, and it opened up that can of worms again. So if my back is okay, I may try to sew. We'll have to see what happens. Um, I did manage to use up all of my food that I had that I could make meals with out of my freezer and my refrigerator. So that was a blessing. So yesterday I did a little bit of cooking. I don't know if any of you folks have ever tried this, but you might want to. I made the dill pickle pasta salad, which I swore I would never make. I was like, oh, that's gross. Um, but I had my own homemade dill pickles, my refrigerator pickles, and I had a half a box of pasta that had to be used. And I said, you know what? Let me try it. It's really, really good. You have to try this. It's a very simple recipe. It's basically you boil your pasta, you drain it. You use, I'd say, maybe a quarter of a cup of pickle juice. Then you dice up your pickles, you throw them in there. And then what I did was I used a little bit more pickle juice and mixed it up with a fork in a cup with some mayonnaise and poured that on it. Now, the recipe calls for the pickle juice, mayo, and sour cream. I didn't have the sour cream, and to be honest, I think it would be extremely heavy. So, yeah, kind of defeats the purpose of having a salad type thing in the summer, but it was really good. Oh, and you put chopped cheddar cheese in it. And it called for cayenne pepper. I didn't have any, so I used black pepper. Well, I have it, I just couldn't reach it. Don't laugh. I'm shrinking, the incredible shrinking woman. So I just used what was within reach. But it came out really good, and I sent over a pound of it home with my granddaughter because they like pickles and they like my homemade pickles. So um, I sent that home with her. I made a very small crock pot full of Italian sausage and peppers, and the peppers I used were the tops to peppers. As I clean peppers or dehydrate them, I take the tops and I freeze them. So I was able to use those. So that came out really good. I rearranged some pantry stuff, getting reorganized. Um, so tonight is going to be a salad, like a side salad, and we will have Italian sausage and pepper sandwiches on Italian rolls, and that sounds pretty good. Talk about frugal. I mean, the peppers were, if I threw them out, I wouldn't have them. And I had the sausage, and my granddaughter brought me some rolls from where she works. So I got lettuce, and I have some peppers and radishes and things like that from the garden. So whatever I have to throw in the salad, I will throw it in. I got some canned stuff I need to use up. There was like peas, green beans, a couple of different kinds of beans, and pears and peaches. I like having that in the house, but I want to start using some of this stuff is like about due, so I want to use it up like maybe this month. And then I'll be all caught up. In my reorganization and rotating of my pantry, I only had to throw out seriously throw out, was a jar of applesauce. And I really don't care that much for it. I mean, I like to have it in the house. Um, but I bought this when my mom was here because she used to complain about it, but sometimes I'd give it to her like in her oatmeal or something like that, just to get a little something extra into her. She was a very good eater, but she was very particular. so, yeah, so I had that, and I mean, Mom's been going a year and a half. There was absolutely no Best By date on the jar, but it was a plastic jar, and it started to get very dark. I just tossed it. But other than that, everything else has been rotated. Nothing got wasted. Nothing got thrown away. No dented cans, no bulging cans or packages, no expired food, no nothing. It's just it's really it's doing good. I'm doing good. um, so I don't know what I'm gonna do with what I've got put aside, but I'm gonna try to do something, and I'll use it up. I was thinking maybe like a peach crisp or a peach cobbler. Um, Maybe the pears we can have in the morning with oatmeal. Um, the peas I could probably make a nice chicken pot pie. I have the crust. I have a can of peas there. I think I have carrots. Yeah, I mean, I could make a chicken pot pie. I could make a. What I really could make would be a lot easier is a shepherd's pie, and I don't put corn in it. I can't eat corn, so I just use peas. It'll get used up. It's just going to take a little ingenuity. So I don't know if you guys heard about all the shortages that are coming up. Blueberries, peaches, potatoes, corn. Um, Now they're saying all the bread products made with the flour, evidently. They're saying hamburger buns, hot dog buns. Um, it just seems like every season, whatever is iconic or traditional for that season is what there's an issue with, whether it's a shortage or a disease or something. I mean, it was 2 years in a row. It was the turkeys in November. Christmas time, I think it was chocolate. Valentine's Day, it was tainted chocolate. There was, the fruits in the summer. How ironic that blueberries and peaches are in season in July, and we're just not going to have them. So I'm waiting for them to say that there's a hot dog shortage for July, 4th of July. Hot dogs and watermelon. Yep. Something's going to happen to the hot dog supply. I just can't. It's just like every time you turn around, there's some kind of shortage of something that I don't know. It just whatever that season is, So and it's not just the produce to say it's the growing season. It's like there'll be an outbreak of like the strawberries are in season, so all of a sudden there's a hepatitis outbreak in the strawberries, or possibly. So they're recalling them, voluntary recall. It's just no matter what it is, you know, just try to grow your own food, or go to a local farm stand or something, someplace local, and you might pay a little more, but at least you'll have it. And that's it. I'm just so tired of this. All the way back from March of 2020. But I will say this, I did notice around December of 2019, I started to see chicken shortages. I am not joking. I'd go to the market and I would come back and I'd say to my mother, all I wanted was a couple of whole chickens to throw in the freezer. And I can't find them. And every time I went to the store, no matter which store I went to, they had everything else but whole chicken. They just didn't have whole chickens. Things looked a little sparse here and there, but I didn't pay any attention to it. I figured, well, it's December and everybody's out shopping, and maybe there's just some run on whole chickens. And then January, we started hearing what was going on in China, and it's been downhill ever since. But I did notice the chicken issue, and I don't remember bird flu or anything like that. And 2019 in that December. So the only thing I'm thinking of is if we, in fact, ship our meat to China for them to process and package it and send it back, that maybe what was going around in China at that time actually started in December, which I think it kind of did because I started seeing things about a virus in China, but I didn't really pay attention. So I don't know. It just seems weird. But the moral of my story, or my soapbox, or whatever it is that it's always going to be something. Remember Gilda Radner from Saturday Night Live? It's always something. And it is. It's always going to be something. So, I mean, get some powdered milk, stock up on your coffee, get some instant coffee. It's not the best, but it's freeze dried, it'll last forever. Have a designated area of just SHTF food that does not get touched under any circumstances. Learn how to package it appropriately and properly, and it'll last. And learn what will keep and what won't keep. Some items you just can't keep long term. So that's about it. I wanted to hop on and let everyone know that I'm still alive. I'm still doing what I got to do. I did I don't know if anybody else does this, but I prune back my strawberries because I tend to get these very tall, thick branches and leaves from the plant, and it seems like enough sun can't get in there, and the bees and everything. So I find that when I prune it back, it produces more. So I do have a lot of work to do out there, but I'm proud of myself. I found 3 pea pods, and it's very slow this year. Very slow. So it's going, but between the smoke and the late frost and everything else that's been coming from Canada, like that smoke, it was cold and dark for a couple weeks, but it's supposed to get really warm this week, so I think everything's gonna pick right back up. All my squash plants are doing phenomenal. It's amazing. I really think that they are the easiest things to grow. Absolute easiest. It's like you throw the seed in a pot or in the ground and it takes on a life of its own. You just leave it. Yeah, they're really easy to grow. So if you don't really have a green thumb, anything in the squash family will be great. I would say cucumbers, zucchini, any kind of squash, spaghetti squash, acorn. I love acorn squash. And yeah, the spaghetti squash is really good too. So you might want to get out there and sow some seeds. It's not too late. And you know what? I mean, we mostly, in my area anyway, we have warm weather till the middle to the end of September. I mean, it's like the first day of fall is like September 21st, but it's warm. It feels more like summer. The days are a little bit shorter. The sun might be starting to go down a little lower in the sky, but you can still get some pretty good productivity from your garden into deep into September. So if your garden is behind and you haven't been able to do anything with it, don't be afraid to start over. Really, seriously, don't. Just try it. Things that grow quick are radishes and leafy greens, and you can leave them in partial shade. Cucumbers seem to like the morning sun and the afternoon shade. All the squashes are quick. They're quick to germinate. They're quick to produce. And once they start producing, it's like they just grow. Peas are a little slow. Green beans aren't that bad. I mean, and don't forget, we're going to have a fall crop too. So we're going to have a fall harvest, which means you're going to be planting this all over again mid to the end of July. And then you'll be able to harvest in the end of September. So just keep going and keep growing. And I'd love to say hi to everyone and thank you for watching. And if you are new to my channel and you just stop by out of chance to see what my channel is about, it's about frugality in every aspect of life. I tend to focus a lot on food lately, and I'm going to try to break away into different topics to make it more fun and more interesting. If you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for your support. In any event, if you are not subscribed and you hit the subscribe button, I would be thrilled. And leave a comment below, thumbs up, and don't forget to share. So I will be back later on today with some more cooking videos. Have a great day, everyone. I love you. God bless you.